A very good evening to you, our dear listener, and welcome to Explorer Online Radio. Today is the 9th of July, 2023. Reading you the news at 9 is Nicholas Devandeke. First, the headlines. Iran's president to visit Uganda, senior ADF commander killed in DRC. In Kazo district, livestock markets reopen after 4 months of closure, and M23 rebels threaten to resume border fights at Bunagana border. The news in detail. According to the Foreign Affairs Permanent Secretary Vincent Bajire, the President of Iran, Ibrahim Raisi, is expected to visit Uganda on Wednesday, July 12, 2023. The visit will involve bilateral meetings with the presidents of Kenya, Uganda, and Zimbabwe, as well as joint sessions with high-ranking delegations from host countries, during which a series of cooperation agreements will be signed. President Raisi will also engage in meetings with traders, business representatives, and economic officials from Iran and the host countries. The National Planning Authority has concluded a 2-week retreat at the National Leadership Training Institute in Chankwanzi to assess the progress of the National Development Plan 3 and also plan for the success of the National Development Plan 4. The Prime Minister, Honorable Robina Nabanja, while presiding over the closure of the retreat, explained that the focus of the National Development Plan 4 should be on skilled workforce, preventive health, and a whole government approach. She urged members to embrace a healthy and active lifestyle, as well as to prioritize security because it is the backbone of development. Away from that, Pope Francis of Vatican has officially accepted the resignation and subsequent retirement of Bishop Joseph Mugenyi Sabiti Apuli, who has faithfully served as the auxiliary bishop of the Diocese of Fort Portal for 24 years. This decision was announced yesterday at the Holy See Press in Vatican. During his speech at Hieria today, Bishop Sabiti openly acknowledged his physical challenges, including what he called a leg injury and other ailments. He revealed that when he was initially appointed as bishop, he had actually declined the position, fully aware of his physical limitations and inability to fully fulfill the demands of the role. Away from that, the Uganda People's Defense Forces earlier today has confirmed the killing of a senior commander of the ADF rebel group and 3 of his fighters in the eastern DRC. The UPDF, in a joint operation with the armed forces of the DRC, killed Dubanga Kane, one of the most senior ADF commanders in Mwalika Valley, North Kivu province in the eastern DRC. Major General Dick Olum, the overall commander of the joint operation, dubbed Shuja, said in a statement that at least 2 guns, including a PMK machine gun and 1 submachine gun, were recovered from the rebels. The UPDF, together with their DRC counterparts, have been jointly fighting the rebel group since November 2022. In Kazo district, the livestock markets in Bwantamara, Buremba, and Kazo town councils have been reopened 4 months after their closure as a measure to contain the spread of the foot and mouth disease. Earlier this week, the Kazo district chief administrative officer said that the task force reviewed the foot and mouth disease status in the district and agreed to reopen the markets. She narrated that despite the reopening of the markets, public needs to be vigilant to report any suspected cases of the disease in the area, and also report cases where livestock are exposed to market without official and accepted documents. Across borders in DRC, the M23 rebels have warned the authorities regarding their announced intention to officially resume activities at the Bunagana border in the war-torn province of North Kivu. The North Kivu authorities had closed activities at the Bunagana border after the town fell into the hands of the M23 rebels. According to the civil society leaders in the area, The rebels only withdrew their uniformed men, while those in civilian attires continued to man the border. Despite the presence of the peacekeeping troops from Uganda, Kenya, Burundi, and South Sudan, indicators of fighting have never ceased between the warring parties. And in our last story, the Tanzanian government has announced the release of their plane that was seized in Netherlands. The Dutch court awarded $165 million to a Swedish firm against Tanzania and ordered for the seizure of the Air Tanzania Company Limited plane. The government spokesperson, Mr. Ngason Msigwa, revealed yesterday that the plane was finally released and returned home on 6th July 2023 following a successful discussion between the two sides. That has been our news at 9. Thank you for listening. Nicholas Tevandeke.